How you doing? My name is Vincent Faney. I am the author of Vincentity's Intensity Training and presents the hybridized German 10s with high volume training. And I've also written Zen and the Art of Resistance Training many years ago, back in 1996. In fact, my German 10s, the new book, is based largely from what I have in that 600-page manual. So it's been fleshed out to make its own standalone book, but basically it's a great system. Right, last video we talked about the pyramid system. I want to talk more about the periodization system. And the periodization system, a lot of people have benefited from it, but there's some weaknesses with just the basic periodization system. And you got to be careful. This is the reason why I don't have a regular German 10 system. This is the reason why I've hybridized it, why I customized the German 10s for most of the people out there. Now, as I told you in one of the videos that this guy Dave, a former powerlifter, former steroid user, to be quite frank, he was the guy that set me on the right path towards going from slowly getting injured and getting weaker each year to chasing 2 world records. He may not have intended that, but he got me thinking I got on the right path. So the periodization system is when you take a weight, take a weight that you can easily do 20 reps with, maybe 30 reps if you want to get a sandbag and get a good running start. And then you come in and you do grab a weight, you do 3 sets of 10, because it used to be thought that 10 reps, is the pocket you want to start with, the segment of time and rep range you want to start with. So you do 10 quick reps, whether you're pausing them, 10 quick, pause, pause, quick, pause, quick for 10. And then you take a minimal amount of rest between sets. And then you just, boom, do another set of 10, another set of 10. Then the next week you go up 5 or 10 pounds, do a set of 10, set of 10. Then you get to a weight you can't do 10 reps. You do like 4 sets of 8 with that weight. You couldn't get 10, so you get 8. Start a little bit, fresh, boom, boom, boom. Go up every week until you're not getting the 4th set for 8 reps. Then you start over the week after that with the same weight and you do 6 sets of 6. And then the 5s. And then the 4s and the 3s and so forth, and you get ready for a competition. Now, a lot of people will get stronger. But here's the problem that I ran into, and Louis Simmons talks about this as well, other lifters have found out. And this very problem is what made a lot of people go into steroids, because they thought it's impossible to get strong unless, now I'm at the point now that I have to start taking steroids. Well, the thing is that I remember a couple times I benched over 400 quite a number of times in my life. But I never got so strong that I could go in and bench 400 any given day. I never got that strong. Okay, but I have benched 400, even close to 500, and I just missed it by a hair. 500, got 480, touch and go. And anyways, I wanted. There's a couple occasions I wanted to break my record, and I'm closing. I said, okay, I did 430, and I'm going towards 430, and I'm doing this periodization system, and I'm thinking I got it last time. I started heavier this time. I started heavier. My first, I started with the 3 sets of 10 or whatever here, where last time I started here. And so I'm moving forward, confident that I'm going to get 440, 450. And then all of a sudden, the day comes, I'm going to go for 440. And we all have a bad day. Who knows why? Something's off. And you just miss it. I mean, you put it all the way out there, you strain, boom, you miss it, you're pissed off. And that's what happens sometimes. And a lot of times we go to next week and you get it easily. So, of course, you try it again the next week. But there are times when you go to try it next week and it crushes you even worse. Crushes you. Worse than the week before. You may or may not try it the week after and you find out, shit, it's even harder still. So you try to salvage some amount of pride, and you go back and say, well, at least I'm going to do my 430 again that I did last cycle. 430 crushes you. 400 crush it, whatever. Maybe you can barely get 4. But it's dismaying. So you say to yourself, well, at least I did 10 reps more. I could go back. Did 10 reps higher than I've ever done before, so I'm going to go back. So then next thing you know, you go to start over at 10 reps where you left off in the beginning of the cycle at 10 reps, and all of a sudden you can't even do that for 6 reps. So what the hell? I just spent 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 weeks, and I'm 430. I couldn't even do 430 again, and I'm doing less reps than what I did for 10 reps the last cycle. It's pretty dismaying. And that's the problem with the periodization program, is that every rep range has its training effect. And it's difficult. You want to keep the training effect at the different rep ranges without those rep ranges impairing your performance. So there's ways of manipulating everything to where you won't have to, where you can benefit and keep the training effects without losing it and without tiring you out for your new goals. So we'll talk about that later. All right, see you next vid.